The snake got skinny and lost his legs.
Excuse me?
I knew that would happen. Cicero, the father of snakes, had a body that was short and rather thick around the middle, but his legs were long and very strong. They could carry him faster than the deer. He would chase them across the fields and pull them down and tear them with his great sharp claws. And Cicero could jump very high, more than 3 times the height of a man, so that the goats in the mountains were afraid of him too. They would try to escape when they saw him coming, but in 2 or 3 leaps he would catch one and drag it down for his dinner. Because he was so strong and fast and fierce, most of the other animals feared him. Even Rio, the bobcat, was afraid of Cicero, who could easily have jumped up and plucked him from his perch in a tall cedar. But Cicero did have one great enemy who was not afraid, the grizzly bear, Gawar. Whenever Cicero smelled Gawar in the distance, he would sneak away downwind and hide. Their feud began the time Cicero brought down an elk that Gawar had been hunting all day and had wanted for his supper. "That elk is mine, Cicero," Gawar said. "I have hunted him since the rising sun." "But I brought him down," said Cicero, "and therefore he is clearly mine." "But the law forbids you to take what another has hunted for so long. You must give the carcass over to me," Gawar told him. But Cicero had no respect for the law. "I will not," he replied. Then Gawar became very angry. "Cicero, you have no respect for the law. Since you are such a bad person, I will take the carcass from you and kill you into the bargain." "If I cannot have the elk," Cicero cried, "then neither shall you." Now it happened that Cicero had brought down the elk right by the edge of a deep chasm. He pushed the carcass over the edge, then leaped to the other side where Gawar could not pursue him. That would have been bad enough for Gawar. But Cicero stood on the other side, dancing and taunting the great bear until the sun had finished setting, calling him stupid and slow and smelly and many other unpleasant things besides. Now there was a time many years later when Cicero had made his home in the hollow of the rock. It was protected from the rain by an overhang, yet the sun shone in and warmed it during the afternoon, making it a comfortable place to sleep at night. One morning, when he was sleeping in his lair, Cicero was awoken by the cracking of a twig. He opened his eyes quickly and saw Gawar leaning over him. The bear had his great arms spread out across the entrance so that Cicero could not escape. "Gawar, my friend, good morning. It is so pleasant to see you after such a long time." Cicero, like a lazy cat, stretched his legs out and watched him. "Have you come for some special business?"
Hold on, Jeff. We want the mic. Yeah.
"Your sly tongue cannot help you now, Cicero. I have you trapped, and you will not get away."
Still no sound. Get here.
"What, Gawar? What do you mean? Is there some reason why you are angry with me?" Cicero acted unconcerned, but he was looking around the whole time for a way to escape. When Gawar stood up straight, proud and smiling, and having finally caught his enemy, Cicero saw his change. It took a mighty leap. It would have gone right over Gawar's head, but Gawar was not so slow and stupid as Cicero thought. The bear opened his great jaws and snapped Cicero out of the air. They cut off all of Cicero's legs with one bite. Then he swallowed Cicero's body whole and was very satisfied. When Cicero landed in Gawar's stomach, he was disgusted for what he saw. Berries and insects and fish tails, and all manner of half-digested things. This person has no self-respect. He would eat anything at all. And the smell was so bad that he almost wished Gawar had bitten off his nose. Now, even though he was sickened by what he found, Cicero never forgot that he was in serious trouble. He knew that if he stayed where he was, he would surely die and feed Gawar's flesh with his own. He thought to himself, if only I still had my legs with their long, sharp claws, I could cut my way right out through his skin. But they are gone, so I will have to think of something else. I certainly cannot stay here. So Sisera decided that the only thing to do was to try to go forward and work his way out of Gawar's insides. But without his legs, it was very hard. Sisera started to squirm and wiggle. At first he did nothing except roll about in Gawar's stomach. But soon he got the trick of it and was moving forward, heading down through the great bear's winding guts. It was a very long journey and very narrow. So narrow that Sisera felt like his body was being squeezed down to nothing. But his fear and anger kept Sisera moving, and eventually he poked his head out of Gawar's back end. Now the bear's stubby tail blocked Sisera's way out and tickled his nose as well. It was very hard not to sneeze, but Sisera knew that if he did, Gawar would realize what he had done and eat him again. All Sisera could do was bite his forked tongue and wait for the tail to move. Finally, a great horsefly came buzzing around. Sisera whispered loudly, "Psst, horsefly, please come here." The horsefly flew up to him and asked, "What do you want, Sisera?" "Horsefly, you can see the predicament I am in. Gawar's tail has me trapped. Please bite it for me so that I will move it out of the way and I can escape." But the horsefly asked, "What will you do for me in return, Sisera?" "I promise you that neither I nor any of my children will ever eat a horsefly," Sisera told him. Now, whether or not this turned out to be true, I cannot say. At any rate, the horsefly agreed. He landed on Gawar's tail and began to bite it very hard. Gawar flicked his tail angrily to drive the fly away, and Sisera had his opportunity. He gave one last mighty wriggle and fell out and landed on the ground, all long and skinny and slimy like a worm. Sisera just lay there for a moment, not sure of what to do. He knew that if Gawar turned around and saw him, he would surely be done for, so he wriggled as he had when he was inside the bear's guts, and soon had hidden himself in a pile of leaves. As Sisera looked out at his enemy, he wished he could be avenged, but without his mighty legs and claws, he knew there was nothing he could do against the powerful bear. But then an idea occurred to him. If I had poisoned teeth, Sisera thought, I could bite Gawar and make him die. Now, Sisera did not know where he could find such teeth, but he was determined to go in search of them. So he squirmed away, hoping someday to get his revenge. But that is another story.